Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie Part 1. It is Sunday, May 11th, 2025, and I'm so happy that you are joining us. It is Mother's Day here in the United States, so happy Mother's Day to all of you. Unfortunately, Mom and I couldn't be together this weekend, but we did get to stamp together virtually, and we're really excited to share our projects with you. So let's turn the camera around to the desktop and get started. All right, so today we are playing with the brand new in colors, the 2025 to 2027 in colors. Every time there's new in colors and we talk about future years, I just always feel like, how is it possible that it's 2025 and 2027? And I don't know, the years go by so quickly, but our brand new in colors are not always so new. We've got the returning strawberry slush. I don't know. Do you remember when that was originally an in color, Mom?
No, I was trying to remember, and no, I don't remember.
I feel like it's been at least a decade.
You think it's been that long?
I do. I was thinking that we still lived in Springfield, so maybe it's even like 15, 16 years ago. We'll have to look it up. Anyway, strawberry slush is a returning color, so you may have that one if you've been stamping for a long time. And this time we're pairing it with Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea. I think we talked about this in another video, but I would love for you to leave a comment and let us know what your favorite in color is. As I'm playing with them more, I'm really loving Secret Sea. So if I had to claim a favorite, I think it might be that one. Do you have a favorite, Mom?
Well, I was kind of leaning towards Secret Sea. I seem to be using it a lot. I love pairing it with Cloud Cover.
Yeah.
But, you know, the Secret Sea along with Timid Tiger, those are my Detroit Tiger colors.
So, it's even called Tiger. It's perfect.
It is. So, like, hello.
Oh, I love it. Well, all of our in colors, of course, come in a variety of products like the markers and these amazing flat pearls. We have the new designer paper, which is a 6x6 paper and has two different double-sided patterns in each color. And on the back side, we've got those sort of distressed patterns, I would say. And we have these pattern papers in all of the Stampin' Up! Colors, like by color family. And there's new patterns, it seems like every single catalog. So you might have other versions, and next year I'm sure there's going to be another one. But this one's kind of fun, and I was playing around with it, and I'm enjoying these new patterns. And then, of course, we've got ink pads, except we don't have one for Cloud Cover. And we've been talking about this before. And on Friday, I showed you what you can do with the Cloud Cover Reinker and an uninked Stampin' Spot. You can also get the Small Assortment 1, which includes the Cloud Cover. This is Small Assortment 2. They sent me the wrong one. But Cloud Cover is in Small Assortment number 1. So if you want a pre-inked pad, then you can get it that way. Now, the difference between the uninked Stampin' Spots, or any of the Stampin' Spots, is it has sort of that felt pad instead of the firm foam pad. And what I found while I was working, and I remembered, because all of our pads used to be the felt pad, is that those little lines sometimes can cause some texture on your photopolymer stamps. And I forgot how much I love the firm foam until I was using this for Cloud Cover. Now, the first time I inked it up, which was on my video on Friday, I over inked it and it was really, really blotchy. And so I inked a second one so that it wouldn't be as strong. But I wanted to kind of show you the difference. And it's going to work really beautifully with rubber stamps, but with the photopolymer stamps, especially a big stamp like this one. And this is the thank you from Encircled with Love. Encircled with Love is paired with the 1 7/8 inch circle punch, which is currently not available. But I couldn't wait because I love circles, and I got this one because they do fit some of our other circle punches. So
I haven't got that one yet.
You're probably waiting to get the bundle price with the punch. That would be the smart thing to do.
Sure.
So
I just couldn't buy everything that I wanted.
I know. I didn't buy much else either. On my first order, I was really focused on the new stuff and the product share. But that was one I don't know. I just really love circle punches. So here is that cloud cover. Isn't that such a beautiful color? But you can see the kind of like texture that's on there. Now, when you have a stamp that has less detail, you won't notice it as much. Not less detail, but I mean like less, like a flat wide space. So this is from the Inspiring Imperfections stamp set. And so you don't see that blotchiness that you saw when I was using the ink for the first time right after re-inking on Friday. It looked very blotchy, and I was like, oh, this is not, I'm not showcasing this very well. So I'm bringing in my chart from on stage. We got to make this in color chart, and I brought out my heart. This is actually from the Be My Valentine, and look at that. It's exactly the heart they used. So I'm just going to finish off my chart now that I have a cloud cover ink to stamp on here. Now, if you're a demonstrator, you do have the opportunity to get the full size cloud cover ink pad. They're selling them as is. I did not choose to purchase one. Mom, I don't think you did either, right?
I did, actually.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Did you open it up? Like, how did it look?
I haven't used, you know what? I haven't used it yet because it just came.
Oh, okay. So demonstrators only can purchase. I don't think there's a limit, but they're as is. So you might have one that's okay, and you might have one where the color is shifting and it's looking more gray. So if you're a demonstrator, you have the option to get that, but it is as is. There's no discount on it. So it's totally up to you. It's like a lottery. Like, you know, you don't you don't know what you're gonna get, but we do have an opportunity to have a cloud cover ink pad. It just looks a little bit different. So I'll have the links in the video description with everything else for all the in color products, including the uninked Stampin' Spots and the cloud cover reinker. In addition to ink, we've got beautiful ribbon. This is, I want to say, a 1/2 inch, 3/8 of an inch wide. So it's such a nice width, and it's got a great texture to it. So that comes in all 5 ink colors. Oh my gosh. And then the Stampin' Blends, which I got most of them. I don't know where they are right now, but we're not using them today. I wanted to show you some project ideas before we get started. I was using that thank you stamp from the Encircled with Love, and I stamped it with, or I punched it with a 2-inch circle punch. So we have a nice white border. I thought that the image of the leaf tied in nicely with the designer paper. So I did one in each color and added some of the ribbon and the gems to do a whole set of in color cards.
Love it, love it.
Thank you. Now the designer paper is 3 inches by 4 1/4. And so the leftover piece, because the 6x6, I cut it in half at 3 inches, 4 1/4. So then I had this leftover little bit, and I tore that in half. And put them, the white is the same size as the white here. So my original plan was like, I'll just make 2 of each of these. And then I decided to do something different. So I cut out the flowers from the other designer paper pattern, and I used the very best stamp set in the catalog with you in mind.
I love, yeah. That stamp set.
And I stamped it in all the colors. So I have the cloud cover as well, and it looks so nice with the cardstock and the designer paper. So I've also been showcasing another set of cards that I made last month, and I fixed my cloud cover because I didn't have any of that ink before. So I used the cloud cover now to fix that. So I have my Bloom Where You're Planted cards, and this one, I don't remember the name of that stamp set.
Nice.
So I have been loving all these in colors, but I wanted to make a card that uses all of the colors on the same card. And I was inspired by this card from Debbie Viverka. And she used the other in colors, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, and Shy Shamrock. So I call them the junior and the senior in colors. These are now the senior in colors because they're the upperclassmen who are gonna get ready to retire next spring. This was a birthday card she sent me last summer, and I thought I would make a version with the new in colors. And so I have no idea what this quilt pattern is called. It's kind of a star, but I did kind of break it down into little pieces, and I'm excited to recreate this for you today. Do you know anything about quilt patterns, Mom? Does this have a name, this particular pattern?
I don't. So if there's any quilters out there, please tell us. It's probably something star or something because of the star, but I wish I did. I love quilts, and I wish I was talented enough to make them. I took a class once.
We could do a whole like video on quilt cards because there's so many different patterns, and I tried to look it up. I looked like quilt star patterns, and like nothing looked like this in particular. So I don't know, maybe it's not like maybe it's just a faux quilt. Maybe it's not, an actual quilt pattern, but I broke it down into 1/2-inch strips. And so I have chosen 4 colors, the Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, and Darling Duckling. And these were just scraps that I had. I'm not even sure. This is probably like 4 4¼ inches by 1/2 inch. And so you need 4 of those strips. I have apparently prepped for many cards. So I only need enough for 1 card in the video. And then we need 4 little squares that are 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch. Then I have a white piece of cardstock that is 3 by 3. And in order to help me line everything up, I have scored diagonally in both directions. And this is just a guide for me to know where to put the strips of cardstock. And I don't know if this is how you're supposed to do it, but this is just, this is how I'm doing it.
It's a great tip.
Okay, so I'm going to start by putting adhesive on the back of the strips, and I'm just going to go all the way across on there because we're going to use most of the strip. I'm going to start with Strawberry Slush, and I'm going to place it just inside one of the corners, like that. Then I'll take Secret Sea, and you can do these in any order that you want, but I'm going to do Secret Sea on the opposite corner, like that. And then the last 2 I'm going to put in the opposite directions. So 1 there and 1 here. It kind of reminds me of like a pinwheel as we're getting started.
Maybe that's the name of the pattern.
It could be, but like there are other pinwheel designs that like continue to be pinwheels as you move. But I don't know, it could be a pinwheel star, or I don't know. If I were naming it, I guess I could name it Pinwheel Star, but I don't want to name it if it has another name. So all you brilliant stampers out there, if you're familiar with this card design or this quilt pattern, please chime in to the chat. So I'm just going to cut them off. And
now I can't wait till this airs to see if somebody knows.
I know. Okay, so now I'm going to take each piece and I'm going to like continue it in the same line as it already was. So the orange continues on the other side of the blue, and the blue continues on the other side of the yellow, and I'm not using the proper names. The Darling Duckling continues on the other side of Strawberry Slush, and Strawberry Slush on the other side of Timid Tiger. Okay. mash that all down, and then we're going to trim again.
I love how you got it all set.
It really was quite quick, like, you know, once I figured it out. And this looks fantastic, but this is not quite the same as the inspiration. And that's where our little white squares come into play. We are going to attach one in each corner, and that is going to help us create the star pattern by cutting off and sort of bannering the ends. It's almost like magic. I know. Are you ready? So I do want to make sure that the corner of my square here is lined up with the line, right?
I would have been trying to cut the darn thing.
No, I know, right? It's brilliant.
Wow.
And when you run it through the embossing folder, it smashes those corner pieces down so that you don't even see them.
Wowza. Okay,
so now we get to choose which embossing folder to use. We have the eyelet embossing folder, or the, what is it called? Perfectly Plaid?
Yeah. Did the eyelet, is that on the last chance list?
Nope, I'm pretty sure that it carried over, but let's open up the catalog and take a look at our embossing folders. Now, some of them are pictured here in the catalog. There's the eyelet embossing folder.
Oh, there we go, good.
And the other one's called Forever Plaid.
I hope I didn't pull that out.
Yeah, there are a few more embossing folders that are available, like as online, you know, exclusives. So be sure to check out the online store to see all of the currently available embossing folders. So
use the eyelet.
The eyelet. I had a feeling that you would say that, and so I have embossed it for you ahead of time. But just in case you surprised me, I did also do one in the Forever Plaid. And for this one, I actually did it so that it was the lines were diagonal instead of straight up and down. So
yeah, I like it.
That is how they both look. But you chose eyelet, so let's go with that. I have a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece of Secret Sea to layer that on. And so I'm going to add that. And then we'll add some Stampin' Dimensionals to add this to our card. And I chose Cloud Cover for the card base. Since we didn't use it for the quilt design, I wanted to still incorporate that in color, and I felt like Cloud Cover was kind of light compared to everything else. Like, these all seem to be the same, you know, what's the word?
Hue?
Yeah.
The tone?
Yeah, like the bright darkness, like, whatever, I can't think of words.
Okay.
Mother's
Day, your excuse.
Yes. So I'm gonna add that right in the top center, and then the stamp set that you used. So Mom filmed earlier than I did, and she used Bloomin' Phrases, and I thought that that was such a nice stamp set that I would use the same. This is an online exclusive stamp set. It's got some really great scripty words that have the nice long lines, and then some flowery images to go with it. So I chose Thinking of You, and I'm going to stamp this in Secret Sea. Oh my god. I gotta be careful there. I really had a heavy hand inking that. Thinking of You.
Beautiful.
Gotta add some bling to finish it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where did I put my bling? Here we go. All right, so the question is, what color bling, Mom?
Oh, geez. I was just sitting here thinking, gee, I wonder what color she's using. Oh. almost use a multitude of them. You know what I mean? You could use several different. You
Mm-hmm.
know, just one. I don't know. You're the creator. I really don't know, Julie. This is.
Let's do something a little different on this one. And you're gonna yell at me, but I'm only doing 2. They are kind of rounding out the sentiment. Where would you put a third one if you put a third one on there?
You could either make it like a little triangle in the corner. You could put one on the other side. Yeah, either place would work.
This is your card, so you let me know where you would like it.
Okay, you can leave it there.
Right here?
Yep, right where you have it.
Okay, I'm going to actually switch them and put the bigger one over here.
Yeah.
And the medium one over there. Okay, so that is the Darling Duckling. I made mine with 2. I used the darker blue, the Secret Sea, and also the lighter blue, the cloud cover. I thought about putting one in the middle, and I don't know.
No,
yeah,
makes it too much like a pinwheel.
I think it takes away from the quilt feel as well. Although sometimes quilts have buttons on them, right? Yeah. So anyway, there is my Pinwheel Star quilt card using the 2025 to 2027 in colors.
I love it.
Thank you. And thank you so much to Debbie for her inspiration. I've had this card sitting on my desk for a while. And last time Mom was here, she wanted to take it with her.
I did.
Now you'll have your own version that you will be able to take home and maybe make up with your stamp club. I like how Debbie used the designer paper. These were different patterns, and I felt like the designer paper, this time the patterns, I just thought maybe were too big for such a small little strip. So that's something to try, is using different pattern papers. Like on a quilt, normally you would have different patterns, right, of fabric. And so that's another option for doing your card.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's it for me today. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and Mom's so you don't miss out on future episodes of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. But for now, it's time to head over to Mom's channel for part 2 of this week's Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie to see what she has created with these amazing in colors.
Awesome job. We'll see y'all in a few.
Yeah, bye everybody. Have a good week.